Greetings and welcome back to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes D&D 5th edition actual play campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our game tonight as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin. I will be playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer today, and I am joined by our good friends.
Jill Donitis playing Veo Senya, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger Rogue.
And Joel Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the Human Battlemaster.
Thank you for joining us once again. We are the Dungeon Dudes, and Kelly and I post new videos on our YouTube channel where we cover everything D&D, including advice for players and guides for Dungeon Masters. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want lots more from us.
And you can also join us on Tuesday evenings when we broadcast our actual play campaign right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out. You can also check it out as an audio-only podcast as well.
And with that, let us return to Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
When last we left our heroes, Sebastian, Veo, and Pluto had successfully defeated the fire giant Ramek and seized the terrible demonic greatsword known as Saint Tarna's Bane. However, acquiring this powerful, legendary weapon sparked a bit of a discussion over the consequences of what it would mean to use such a blade in battle. For Pluto's current weapon, Ignatius, though greatly diminished in power down here in the dungeons of Nox, spoke up to warn against the dire consequences that might ensue from attuning to such an evil weapon, and pleaded that our heroes do not take up the blade, but instead return it to the Divine Matriarch to destroy it. The ensuing debate seems to have caused a little bit of a disagreement, and Pluto asked for the mortals to have a bit of a conversation, and Sebastian has wandered off into the dungeons of Nox on his own to contemplate the situation, whilst Veo and Pluto decide what is best for them. However, the two did not have much time to talk before Old Man Knight interrupted to mention that there has been a breach and another interloper is in the dungeons of Nox. The Old Man Knight believes this may be the Queen of Thieves and has asked our heroes to do whatever is necessary to make sure that she does not find the location of his sanctum. Old Man Knight gave the two of you a crystal ball, which will allow you to scry on the location of the Queen of Thieves. As he explained, the Queen of Thieves is protected by powerful magic that hides her from divinatory sight and such magic. These wards are pretty typical for most of us. If you tried to scry on me in the same way, you would find I have similar defenses. But I can only assume that the Queen of Thieves possesses an amulet or a ring of some kind that she wears persistently to hide and mask her presence from divination, or may know some other powerful magic that protects her. I surmise that she may know even a powerful spell like Mind Blank. This magic even makes it possible for her to lie within a zone of truth.
Well, that explains a bunch of stuff. Oh, man.
Assuming she is using such magic, while she is well protected, these minions of hers that she has brought with her are not. And so I was able to see them, and I can follow them. I can only assume that she is traveling alongside these constructs of alabasters. That's what they seem to be. I have communicated with my colleague in the Directorate, and I understand that Alabaster has been making these constructs powered by delirium to serve as soldiers or bodyguards. Fairly standard for his practice, but they are potent nonetheless. Be careful. I suspect that Alabaster has been building these specifically to provide useful and loyal troops should he need to move against another member of the Directorate.
Is that you? Do you believe that you are now a target?
Amongst the Directorate, we have always been rivals. We do not always see eye to eye on every single issue and every single matter. But it is our power that keeps each other in check. Because we know that if anyone in the Directorate were to move openly against another member of the Directorate, very quickly it would become a slaughter. The measures that all of us have in place, the contingencies and the plans within plans to assure that should one of us attack the other would be extremely destructive very quickly and have dire consequences for the rest of the continent.
I'm assuming this also means that the move's not just open in the light, but in the shadows are monitored too.
Indeed. It's a very delicate matter. I, myself, even have a few, shall we say, parting gifts to leave if I were to be destroyed.
Oh.
Need dissonance.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Sebastian just walked away. Walked into the dungeons of Nox, left us here.
Well, we did kind of tell him we needed space.
It's normal. Many young liches experience many radical mood swings as they come to terms with their developing bodies.
Yeah. Is he in his formative teenage years? His angsty years?
It usually lasts about 300 years.
Oh. Come on.
I'm gonna be dead by the time he gets out of Darn it!
Oh, man.
The transition from mortality to undeath is a difficult one, and all I can say is that there are not many of us who have done it, particularly in this way, and so the struggle is different for everybody.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna do this. If the Queen of Thieves is truly here, and she has brought a small army, we could maybe manage it with Sebastian, but without him, I don't know.
You don't need to destroy her, you just need to make sure that she doesn't find my sanctum.
I'm more scared of that. I feel like it would be... I think destroying me is one thing, but we get tricked by her all the time. At least I do.
Well, do we?
As I said,
I think we're pretty straightforward in knowing that she is manipulative. I think we need to maybe just start with words, Pluto.
So
I
you're
have
just
my own contingencies, but I would rather not use them.
we won't give her the location. But can she take it from us? I don't know. You beat me up.
I didn't even
What
think
if-
of that.
What if she beats me up? What if, what if she...
Is there anything we can do or you can give us to prevent maybe her using magical trickery against us?
Yeah. That's what always gets me.
Because Words are one thing. Magic,
I'm getting better than
not our
the
strong
regular
suit.
trickery, but the
Yeah.
magic trickery is where
It's tough.
I get turned right around.
Yes, there is. But if I cast this spell on you, it will mean that it will be difficult for me to locate you later myself. I can cast the non-detection spell on both of you. It will prevent the Queen of Thieves from attempting to read your thoughts, assuming she tries to do such a thing.
And can we turn it off? Can we choose to dispel it if...
Is she looking for you?
I assume so.
Yeah. And so if she wants that, then, I mean, maybe the play isn't to necessarily, maybe we have to lead her away, you know? Maybe we just try to...
Are we that good at deception?
Short answer, no.
If I cast the cast the non-detection spell upon both of you, she won't be able to use her own magic to get an edge over you.
Okay.
You'll at least be on an even playing field, your skills against hers. And perhaps it may very well be that she doesn't get it anywhere close. She doesn't penetrate even my outer defenses. But I would rather that she even did not know that.
So do we have to turn her around, or do we just have to misguide her in Nox? I mean, I think the idea is that...
We confront her. We find out why she's here. I would assume, then, from what you've told us, that she was sent by Alabaster. Or at least she's working with him in some capacity if she has his machinery.
Yes.
The stuff we saw attack.
I'm less concerned about what she'll... Again, for me, the biggest concern is that she would provide Alabaster with directions to my lair.
Yeah.
What she can do as an individual does not threaten me. It's what Alabaster could do that does.
Oh, okay.
So the question is...
I have no doubt that as tricky as this Queen of Thieves might be, I am fully prepared if she were to attempt to breach my lair. Whatever resources... A Queen of Thieves is still a thief, and my lair is well protected against thieves. But Alabaster and the other members of the Directorate are a different story, because they have far more resources and far more access to far more powerful magic. And in particular, I am concerned what they would do with that knowledge.
Is there anything we can offer the Queen of Thieves that's more?
I would
We have
not
her
give
stuff,
her
don't
the
we?
blade.
No. Don't we have her chests or something?
Oh, yeah.
We have all her stuff.
We have a bunch of her stuff.
I believe that those would be with Wilhelm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, time is of the essence.
Oh, yeah.
I know I've encouraged you to come up with plans in the past, but you seem to have been able to deal with it with her in the past successfully.
She's a problem we just sort of ignore.
Guess we can't ignore it this time.
No, I think maybe we have to... I mean, we can be honest. We're going to kill a Sorcerer King.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You two have done a lot for your friend, Sebastian.
Everything. We've done literally everything. We brought him back from the dead. Sacrificed our well-being. Just running around. Just walking around. Moping around.
We put...
Do you trust him with the power of what I would teach him?
I don't know. I don't know if I have. I don't know how I can stop him.
I will confide in you that the knowledge of the wish spell is one that must be given out with great care. My hope had been that telling Sebastian to slay that Sorcerer King, and I would teach him, would be enough of would dissuade you in the wisdom of that path. But he seems to be determined to learn it. Sebastian is capable, certainly, and powerful enough. But I think he has a lot to learn before he should learn this spell.
Pluto, we came here to distract everyone. It's great that we can learn the wish spell. I want more than anything for us to have that power, because that helps me with what to save my dad, right? That's what I want more than anything, is to save my dad, but we are losing track of what we came here to do. And I trust Sebastian with my life, but I know the old Sebastian. I'm still learning who this new Sebastian is. And I agree with you, Old Man Knight. He's still learning who he is. So we need to be careful about this power and how it's used.
At every turn, you've sought several shortcuts to your own power. You sought out this blade, and not necessarily thinking about what the consequences of that would be. It's a powerful weapon, yes, and I'm glad that you've retreated. But sometimes a weapon is best left unused, and that is its most potent form. I have in my possession, and in my sequestered vaults, and the Academy does at large, have an arsenal of weapons of world-shattering power. And for the most part, it is better that those weapons are left deep underground, sleeping. Sometimes a weapon left undrawn is a better guardian of peace than a weapon actually wielded.
I'm afraid if we let the power out that we won't be able to put it back in the box.
Do we have that? Do we have that luxury? You know, we have this situation where, yeah, like when we're guarding it, when we're the vault tenders, things feel good, but what happens when we're not in charge anymore?
It is, of course, your decision to make, but if the two of you would do me the service of making sure that the Queen of Thieves does not find my lair, I can offer you some assistance for your own objectives without needing to worry about what Sebastian wants.
I think for now I will leave the blade with you.
Very well.
I don't risk it coming in contact with the Queen of Thieves, but we must decide what to do with it after.
Mm-hmm.
And on the note of Sebastian, he was very clear. He's going after that Sorcerer King, whether we help him or not. And so we have to decide if we abandon him. Just let him go.
I cannot tell you what is the right thing to do. In my life, I have hesitated, and I have acted, and I have seen the consequences for both. Sometimes I have chosen not to wield the weapons, and years later it became apparent that I should have. Sometimes I have chosen to, and years later it became apparent that I should not have. And so for me, I take a neutral view on these matters. Power exists. You must choose how you wish to wield it, and I will tell you where you can find it. But it is ultimately to you to decide what you are willing to do to achieve what you wish. I can't tell you either way. For myself, I have made every mistake in the book.
Been around that long.
Some think that once you have lived as long as I have, that you've seen everything, and that you understand the ways in which situations can be changed. Like a carpenter who has seen every, or a Wainwright who has seen every problem that can emerge with a wagon. But the world is not a wagon. It is far more a complex machine than that. And even with the benefit of thousands of years, the only thing that I have learned is that there is a certain repetition to the way history unfolds. But the particulars of every era are always quite different.
Well, let's see how it unfolds. Let's go out. Let's find the Queen of Thieves. Let's figure out what she's up to. And
Yeah.
You
Pluto,
may take this crystal ball. It will help you zero in on the location of at least her soldiers.
It's a replacement for my drift globe.
does he get to keep it after?
I will need that back.
Oh, temporary.
I can't promise that it won't get broken. I have this like problem with breaking globes down here, so I'm so sorry if it happens.
It's a rental,
Would you
Pluto.
like me to
okay.
cast the non-detection spell on the two of you?
I guess so, yeah.
Let's do it.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Oh.
Whoa, we're gonna get lost. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll you notice that if you try with the crystal ball,
Yeah.
you can use it to focus on someone to spot, like perceive them or an area. And if you try to use it on yourselves while you're under the effect of the non-detection spell, you just don't see yourselves.
Invisible.
Wait, so does it even try to focus in on Veo and just show her?
No,
or
if you
just-
tried to find your, like, as Old Man Knight explains, the reason why, because the Queen of Thieves is traveling with other people, by focusing on, well, other creatures, by focusing on those creatures, you're able to track her approximate.
But if I went to look for Veo just on her
wouldn't
own,
work,
it
and
just
if you
doesn't-
tried to look for the Queen of Thieves, wouldn't work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good, because it's not like just gonna like show them and like be like, but they're invisible.
Yeah, but like you can think of somebody else. Like you could, basically the way that this works is like you can think of another person, and you can, and as long as they're not like in the haze or protected in some way, you can see and hear a particular creature.
I wonder how the others are doing.
Yeah, can I see Sebastian?
Oh, good question.
You can try.
Do we want to just give him some space?
Why does he get space?
You asked for space.
I asked.
The target does technically get a saving throw, but you can try like every 10 minutes with the crystal
No, I
ball.
was thinking like, how's Wilhelm doing?
Oh yeah, can we check in on the Battle of
No,
Todsville?
wait, we need to focus.
We get the
Sorry,
ball and
sorry.
we instantly turn it into the TV. We're so bored down here.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a lot of like lich talk. I want to see the
Clearly.
surface.
You
just look at the trees for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, you could go, anybody, like, you could go look at home.
You know what? We're gonna look at. I want to look at some like landscapes, and then I'm gonna also go to like a local food festival, and we'll just like look at all the food.
Just makes me
Technically,
so
you
hungry.
do, or maybe, no, you can. You can choose a location that you've seen before
Yeah.
as the target of the spell.
Emberwood.
Emberwood.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go to someone's dinner table.
I'm a little bit homesick. It's my
Yeah.
first time. Well, actually, second time out of Drakkenheim, so it's exciting and scary. And okay, let's go. I don't want to.
Technically, you
get homesick.
could use this to try to find Sebastian if you wanted to.
I don't want to. No,
okay.
he left us.
Give him some magical space.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked away. He walked away when we needed him the most.
All right.
I wanted. He was discussing the magnitude of my soul casually, and I asked for a moment so that I could discuss it with the other person who's gonna die within 100 years to someone that's gonna live for millennia. So,
I imagine this conversation is happening as you guys are walking.
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
dungeon. Yeah.
and it's not fair. It's not fair that he gets to just throw around our our soul. And this isn't the first time he's done it. And I've expressed explicitly that I don't like it when he trades with my soul.
Several demons, actually.
Yeah. And then just trust me. Like, we did, and then you're a lich now. What? Where does the trust? When do we say enough? Trust me.
I mean, right now we said enough, so that's... Souls is a tricky thing because once it's done, right?
Like, is he gonna eat me one day when he gets really, really hungry? Are we on a desert island of liches, and then one day the well dries up, and he gets so famished, and he's just like, what's one? Like, he's gonna die. Like, you know, he's getting old. He's lost his prime. When do I become just another snack?
I think what ended up happening, if he said he'd go crazy, but then he'd end up eating both of us.
Yeah.
So.
And so we have to constantly fill his desire for insatiable lust.
I don't know, Pluto. That's the thing is, the thing that makes me so concerned is I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I always feel so sure. I always feel like I can put my trust in you and Sebastian. And right now, I don't know. And that's the scariest thing.
Do you trust me?
Pluto, I trust you, but you also were thinking about things that I didn't think you'd think about before.
I just want to protect you. And there's a demon sword that might be able to do that. And then there's also, like, a lady that whispers in your ear. I don't even know if she's a lady, but she can give you, like, power. Like, power beyond imagination. And I'm out here punching through magic. And I am way outclassed. I have never felt so small in my entire life. I'm in a dungeon, everything's dark, there's monsters, none of my stuff works, and everything. An old man hit me with a meteor. And then he was like, get better. Get better at fighting. A meteor? Are you joking? I have a shield! What am I doing? There's a guy on the moon!
We were on the moon.
Yeah! Well, I shouldn't have been there! I climb ladders! I need a ladder!
But where does temptation end, Pluto? When does it become enough power? It's never going to be enough power. You have to decide that for yourself, where your limit is.
Well, my limit is definitely not where I'm at now, because I've hit my limit, and everything's beating me up, and now we're going to go talk to these, like... we fought 3 of them with help, and they was a struggle.
I'm pretty sure I died. Didn't I die?
You died! You died, and now we're going to fight, what, like a half dozen of them? A dozen of them? She's invisible? And we're in a place where, like, my sword doesn't even work? Oh.
Well, there are other tools. I don't know what we're going to do. That's why I said we just have to see, but I don't think you're right. We can't fight our way out of this one, Pluto.
I'm not strong enough, is what I'm saying.
And I'm not smart enough.
No, and our friend, our ally, is gone. He just walked away. And he's on a mission to gather some power to do his thing. So when I look at something that I can use so that when I'm left alone, that I'm not just gonna die in a hole.
You've been traveling for a little while. Both of you can roll me a d6. And I'm going to roll one as well, just to even the odds a little.
2.
Okay. All right. Both of you can give me an active perception check.
I'm ranting. Huh.
30.
Okay.
27.
Wow. All right.
Bye.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
As you are are talking with one another, the two of you are traveling down a great pillared hall. And as you look at the divination orb, the scrying orb, you can see this. You pause in your conversation to realize that the pillared hall that you're walking down is the same hall as the other soldiers. And so you come down a corridor, you break through, like there's a broken down wall, you come out in this massive hallway. And so to visualize it, the hallway itself is almost 60 feet wide. And there are massive, and then it's almost maybe 80 feet height, these massive columns of rock cut in octagonal shapes supporting the ceiling overhead, which is vaulted. And then the tall walls are covered in large mosaic frescoes. Several of the pieces of the walls are breached in certain places, and and parts of the ceiling are collapsing in, so the entire column is filled with rubble. If you had to imagine, this roadway that you're heading down may have once been, again, because the Dungeons of Nox sort of mirror a little bit the city of Lumen above, this is one of the main thoroughfares, one of the main streets. You've come some distance from Old Man Knight's lair, and so at this point, I would say you've probably been traveling around for about an hour as you've kind of zeroed in on this position. With your perception checks, you kind of pause for a moment, your conversation, and you hear the sound of the constructs marching in the distance. They're outside the range of your dark vision and whatever you're using to see. What are you using for light?
I'm using a drift globe.
Okay.
Or no, a scrying globe.
So
look at
Does it
them.
glow?
I hope not.
So you just been because you have like a
Just
5 foot blind sight, right?
Yeah, I have blind sight.
So you've probably been relying on that exclusively.
Mostly not to trip on rubble.
Yeah.
I'll hold your hand.
Right.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you have no
Ma'am.
other illumination
No.
that you're using. Okay, because in this hallway, having an you'd see the light source down the hall. So despite these circumstances, you've managed to catch yourselves in time before, so you know of the presence of them. And from what you can surmise, you're heading towards each other.
I'm gonna clunk over to the edge.
We haven't really discussed a plan on this. Are we just approaching and asking what she's doing? Should I be myself? I can change myself into something else.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian normally has the plans. I don't know.
Oh, well, we don't need him. We do need him, but we don't need him right now because
Okay.
he's not here.
Yeah.
So we don't need him.
He's not here, so what would Sebastian do?
He'd probably try to kill everything.
He'd just go straight in, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So, do we go straight in?
No, we're operating on our own now.
Okay.
What do you think we should do?
Well, I was thinking, I'm like, could I be someone else? Would there be questions? Why we're here and why
Are
Sebastian's
you two
gone?
going to try to hide?
Are we hiding?
Yeah.
Okay, hide.
That's why I ran to the side.
Okay.
Is there something to hide behind?
Yep.
Because you said the pillars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't I set the scene? So, this is the scene before you. Again, the pillared hallway, about 60 feet wide, strewn with rubble and ruin from the many ravages and earthquakes that have struck the Dungeons of Nox. Heading down the pillared hallway, you can see the 4 constructs that accompany the Queen of Thieves. 2 of them are roughly the size of a man. They are both wielding axes, maces, hand weapons, elegantly made and set with delirium in the pommel, but both of them carry large tower shields. That, as you can see, the shields actually have a crossbow built into the shield. So they can hold the shield up and ostensibly fire the weapon at the same time. There is one construct that is significantly larger than the others. It is a large size creature, broadly shouldered, and one of its arms just ends in a crushing hammer. The other is a massive axe. And then the other construct that is also with them, its arms, and it has four arms that are all ending in a variety of delirium-edged blades. So this is what you see through the scrying orb. And when you look through the scrying orb, you can't see the Queen of Thieves, and right now you can just hear them coming down the hallway because they're still outside the range of your dark vision.
So,
Psst. What is it?
I hear them coming. I'm thinking, what do you think of this? If it is the Queen of Thieves, I just thought, what would Sebastian do? What if I was Sebastian? What if I disguised myself as him?
Oh, and you tell her to go away?
I don't know if it's go away. I don't know if it's, again, the Sorcerer King. That's how I'm going to get more power. Or, I don't know, something Sebastian-y along those lines.
Okay.
You know, to help get his sister back, and her sister, whatever. I think that could be, again, bringing her on somewhere else that I have no idea about Old Midnight.
Yeah.
No idea.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Question, though. I don't think they can see me if I'm in the dark. Should we just light... If we're going to go into this, like, headstrong, should we just light ourselves up and go in?
We should present ourselves in a, not surrendery way, but like a...
You found us.
like an announce loudly so they don't... We're not ambushing them kind of way.
Yeah. Approach them. But,
Yeah.
like, not a... Yeah, and then Veo's...
Oh, hey, it's you guys! Fancy
Fancy meeting you!
Oh my god, what a small world.
And then Veo can be scouting the place where the Sorcerer King is. That's why she's not with us.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. On 3.
Okay. I'm gonna... Wait, hold on. Let me just... cast Disguise Self, I guess, on myself and become Sebastian. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And she for sure can't tell that it's you.
Well, she can't tell if we're lying, right?
Can
With
she just
magic?
see through it?
No idea.
Okay. Here's what you need to know. You're affected by the non-detection spell. So you are hidden from divination magic. You cannot be targeted by divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Yeah,
So-
do it. Yeah, do it.
I don't know enough about magic to know if what she has cannot see through.
Do you want to
mine.
make an Arcana check?
Yes,
I'll give-
please.
I don't know enough that I don't know it won't work. So
Exactly.
I would go with it.
I'm gonna try Arcana. 5.
Okay.
Oh, it's totally gonna work, Veo.
Yeah. It'll totally work. Because non-detection is, yeah.
But I can lie. I can lie.
You can lie?
Fucking lie.
I've lied before, but I don't know if I can lie, but I have lied.
Just don't. Oh, I mean, Ignatius doesn't work down here anyway, so we're good, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's boring.
Let's do it.
So you're gonna be Sebastian?
Sure. Yeah. Let's
Look,
do
and
it.
if she finds
No.
us out, you just
What would the benefit be of being me versus Sebastian?
authenticity.
No, I guess. Darn it, Pluto. Okay, fine. Let's just go out.
I mean, this is something that Sebastian would do.
It is something Sebastian would do.
But we're not thinking about Sebastian anymore. He abandoned us.
I know that, but it's... Okay, should we just be ourselves? Because I would just be myself.
Yeah, let's just be ourselves.
Okay. I'm gonna be myself then. Why am I so malleable?
But I just want to acknowledge that I loved the ideas, and I need you to know that I want to see more of that now that
Do you
It's
want to
just
go out
us.
on your own? Because they can't see me, so that might be a thing. And then I can come support you if you need it.
Oh, I don't feel good. I don't want to do it alone.
Okay, we'll do it together. Okay.
Okay.
Let's walk out.
What are you two gonna do?
We're gonna go out on our own.
I'm gonna stand up, clunking, and wave my arms in the air.
Are you going to create any illumination to reveal Veo or not?
Do you...
I can just use my voice. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm here, just very invisible.
Yeah. Just in case they decide to attack us.
I also don't think... Can the torch work down here? Or is it...
It's very muffled by the darkness. Yeah. Okay.
Just use our voices, I guess.
You place yourselves out.
Come out way out here. Want to give lots of room.
As you step out, just through the edge of your dark vision, you can see that in the midst of the column, standing betwixt the two soldiers with the tower shields, is the Queen of Thieves. She is dressed in her usual attire, her red coat and hat. Her rapier sheathed at her side, and she's stepping between the two soldiers. And as you step out from the pillars, almost immediately, the construct soldiers immediately go into attack positions, lowering their weapons, and the Queen of Thieves stops for a moment and says, "Hold. Pluto, Veo."
What are you doing here?
Where's Sebastian?
He left us. He's on a mission to kill a sorcerer king. A dead one that he wants to bring back and kill again.
Aren't all sorcerer kings dead?
I don't know enough about the subject to really comment on that, but you probably know more about it. But that's
You
what
are
I
a
can tell.
terrible liar. That is the most ridiculous made-up story. One of the most ridiculous made-up stories I have ever heard.
I can't believe we're
Do you
actually
expect me to believe that?
trying to tell the truth here.
That was
and-
actually the most truthful I've ever been to you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm scared of you.
The least amount of deceiving we've actually tried with you, to be honest.
Yeah. That's like,
I don't know if you can see me, by the way.
we don't know. Veo's here. We
Hi,
don't
Veo.
know. We don't know where
Oh,
he
she
is.
can see me now.
We lost him. He's gone.
He walked away.
No, you're doing something. You're up to something. Because I can't read your thoughts right now. So what are you doing?
Oh, you can't read our thoughts? Then how did you tell I'm lying? Was it tone or pitch? Or did you just guess? It's rude.
What's his tell? I would love to know.
Yeah, what's my tell? Does my nose twitch?
Well, it wouldn't twitch because we're telling the truth, Pluto. Darn it. The one time we actually tried to tell the truth.
And it's so frustrating that people keep thinking we're lying.
We're being serious. Sebastian walked away. He's somewhere here going to fight a sorcerer king.
He's bent on it because it will unlock power for him greater than we can understand.
Yeah.
And
Our understanding is very little on this.
Hold the phone.
also,
What's a phone?
also we heard something coming, and so we jumped out, and we saw that it was you.
Understandably,
And-
we're a bit skittish
Because
around here.
there's
Clear-
stuff down here that is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
And obviously, you are stalling for time so that I'm distracted by the two of you while Sebastian does something to kill me.
Sebastian would never kill you. I think that's the thing you
Yeah, that-
underestimate is
You know that. He cares more about you than us. That's been proven many, many times.
I mean, he does make decisions in your favor compared to ours
I
sometimes.
find it extremely frustrating because you're antagonistic, but he still chooses you over us, and you have no idea how annoying it is, especially because we're the ones that brought him back from the dead. Mm-hmm. Do you know how frustrating that is? Do you know how overwhelmingly... I'm mad now. Now I'm not even...
but not so mad where you need to attack us.
What are these things? Why are you down here? How did you get down here?
Are you following us?
That's a lot of questions.
Sorry. We're on edge. We have no idea where Sebastian is. And I'm a little, like, out magic
You really
right
have
now.
no idea where Sebastian is.
0.
You came down here with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, he walked away from us.
I came down here specifically to find out what the three of you were up to down here.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but our faces were on wanted posters, and this seemed like a really easy way to get away from that.
Yeah.
And now we're exploring, but it went a bit awry.
Yes, well, it seems very, very obvious that this is a great big distraction of some kind, and if that's what you wanted to do, mission accomplished.
Well then, yeah.
Because right now,
Yeah.
my cousin
Uh-oh.
is fighting a battle back in Westamar that I would very much like to be sabotaging, and you three are here causing who knows what kind of trouble, and I can't look away from that to do what I should be doing right now, because you three are going to cause some kind of problem for me that is even bigger. So what is it? Why are you here?
I mean, we normally cause trouble anyways. We just don't always do it on purpose.
Look, I think you know what Sebastian's trying to do. Like, what do you think Sebastian's trying to do? You have one guess.
Let me check that.
You can have a few, but you can pretty much put together what Sebastian has been trying to do his whole life. His one mistake. And so he believes that the answer is down here.
Sebastian's had many opportunities to do what he wants to do. But he doesn't want to just do it the way that he does. If he wanted to make it, if he wanted it done, it would have been done. But instead, Sebastian has to do it his way.
Yeah. I know.
The way that makes him look good. The way that works for him. That's the problem. He's not willing to do whatever necessary to make up for the mistakes that he's made in the past. He's only willing to do it in the way that makes up for the mistakes of the past while making him look good in the process.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
If he was truly willing to do anything to bring back Mouse, he would have worked with me to do it. And it would have been done by now. But instead, he's gallivanting around using the two of you so that he can feel like he did it right, his way.
It's hard.
It's hard, but she's not wrong.
No. And the thing is that, right now in this moment, we're alone. It's really dark down here. I feel the immense weight of it all. You don't know where he is. It's really hard.
Listen, Sebastian, we all love Sebastian. He's a good guy. But he's selfish. And it has to be his way. And the two of you, you worry about being manipulated by me. He's got you woven around his little fingers. Look at the lengths you went to for him. I wish I could manipulate anybody as well as he's manipulated the two of you.
I mean, that doesn't excuse you have tried to manipulate us. Maybe you're just too obvious about it.
Maybe. Maybe I should have made nice with you instead of trying to be honest.
He's something different now.
Do we really want things that different? The three of us? Really, like, look at it. Do what we want Is it really so opposed?
The problem is, Kat, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want, and that's the problem. I can't align with something that I don't know. All you've ever done is tell us what you want us to hear, so no. What do you want, Kat? You want the throne, that's what we think.
Yeah. And I mean, Sebastian has a lot of faults, but he's been pretty open about what he's doing down here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm sort of maybe coming to that realization. But at least he's now being ever so truthful. And he's being very direct in his mission. That's why he's
never not been direct. He's always told us what he wanted.
Yeah. And so the problem is that we can never get a read on you. Like, I don't even know if this is you right now. You could be totally someone else. Like, you've done that a few... Oh, you did it again! Come on, man!
She winks.
See? That's where it's like, it's so hard. It's so hard, man. It's so hard to trust you.
You have to play things safe and things close to the chest. Because there's a lot of people who don't want me to have the things that I do want. Because of who I am. Because of my birthright.
No, because of how you treat people, Kat. Because of the whole situation. We don't trust you because you don't care about people. You care about yourself. Show me, how have you ever cared about someone else? At least when I am with Pluto and Sebastian, they show me they care. Even though they want things. We all want things.
But is Sebastian much different than...
Veo, I look at the big picture. A lot of people are not willing to look at the goal and the destination and worried more about very particular things. And it's important to not lose sight of the particulars. They're important. But look at the big picture with me for a second. Do you want to fix things? Or do you just want to keep struggling?
I don't want to keep struggling. I want things to be better. I knew a Drakkenheim that was beautiful. It wasn't perfect, but it was still home. And what we have now is not home. And I don't think...
Were things beautiful about Drakkenheim? Do you remember my dad? Do you remember what kind of king he was?
I always remember that people were happy and content. I remember that we strive for something good for the nation. We were loyal.
It's all right. If you want to make things the way they were again, if you want to make things better, you should have been working with me all along. Because even though I'm willing to slit a few throats to get what I want, how does that make me any different from you? Think of how many people the two of you have killed.
Try not to.
Because to be perfectly honest, if we're actually looking at things, I actually try not to get too much blood on my hands. Most of the time, I let other people do that. I think probably the two of you have murdered more people in actual cold blood when you actually think about it.
Oh no.
You know how many people I have killed in cold blood?
You gotta count the ones that you did, like, indirectly too. Like, if you paid someone to kill someone. Like,
I mean, a lot. Then
Are we more even? Are we more even?
Kat, you run the rabble. You think the rabble is going to be what runs the place after? You think that's what's best for the city? You think that's better than what we have now? At least when I run the lanterns, they come together and they have a goal for a better future.
I run the rabble because if no one runs the rabble will run themselves. And then they'll run it to the ground. And the rabble's willing to do what needs to be done as long as they get theirs in the process. And they're not complicated about it. They know they're risking their lives for a couple coins, and the deal's fine. But that number that Elias Drexel pulls on all those poor hooded lanterns, telling them to fight for the glory of their nation, that's something else. At least the thieves, they'll get something out of it for themselves. Most members of the Hood and Lanterns don't even get a proper burial.
So you still haven't answered my question, Kat. What are you getting out of this? What do you want? What does your world look like after the dust has settled?
I would like to see the city of Drakkenheim restored and the power of House von Kessel put back in its proper place. That's all I've ever wanted.
Who sits on the throne?
I'm willing to negotiate some technicalities over that one.
So, you just want to see peace and prosperity.
Don't you?
I do, but I just feel like you're...
I want Westamar to be strong and to be on the right course when it comes out of all this. Isn't that fair? You and I both know that if Wilhelm sits on the throne, the first argument that he has with anyone in Caspia is going to turn a war that he's going to lose.
I think that's why I'm here. Just to help kind of like make that easier.
Good.
And where does Caspia live in your Drakkenheim?
I'm gonna be totally honest, Pluto. I don't care too much about Caspia, as long as they keep to theirs. But there could be alliances. It's too bad you're married.
I love my wife.
Do you?
What? Wait, did you just question my love for my wife?
How long is it? Do you even send her letters?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
I wrote like 100 on the ride over, and I just send one a week.
True love, Pluto.
That way I don't did all the upfront cost, you know? I had a lot of time on my hands when we were traveling here. Now I'm super busy.
Do they all say the same thing? The scenery is lovely. It's like,
Not much has changed. No, I actually haven't talked to her in a while. It's probably I'm probably due. But she understands.
But let
the
me make
needs
this
of
simple.
The Caspian.
You want to know why I'm here?
Yeah.
I'm here because I think you've talked to Zelvaka the Ancient.
Who?
who?
Zelvaka the Ancient, one of the 8 directors of the Amethyst Academy.
No.
I thought the director was mad at us.
Make a deception check.
Are they?
What if I don't know who Zelvaka is?
14.
4.
Maybe the name Old Man Knight makes a little more sense to you?
I mean, I heard of it.
I've heard that name. That's a more
A little bit, yeah.
familiar.
The other one, just too many
Listen.
syllables.
yeah. Never introduced.
Here's the deal. I believe that in the end, Westamar will need a capable ruler who's willing to do what needs to be done to protect our kingdom. And to make sure, from all the threats, Caspia, Illyria, and even the Academy, I also want to see my family restored as much as I possibly can. And I want my sister back too. I know that my sister has been through a lot. And I don't know if bringing her back how she's going to be. But I do know one thing. I know that if she was on the throne, I would be happy with that.
So you want to bring... Is she still alive?
Well,
In the sense of things I don't really comprehend?
it's tricky. And I believed for the longest time that my best shot of bringing her back was wearing the crown myself, so I could use its power to bring her back. And then I would give her the crown. But, well, the tricky thing is, of course, and that way I could use the crown to wish away her mageborn nature. A few other Illyrians have done that before, so I know it works. And she could rule, not being mageborn anymore, and I would help her.
Yeah, but what do you even think her mind would be right after how many years in hell? You think she is someone who can command the forces, make the decisions, or really it's just a shadow of you ruling?
Yeah, I was gonna say you just want to use her for the throne because you just want to bring this person back as like a placeholder, and you want to control her. You want to change her, and then put her on the throne. What if she doesn't want to be a ruler? What if she wants to just like make shoes?
If she doesn't, then fine. But I have to try.
That felt honest.
But we already have
If she doesn't want it, then I'll find another way.
Wilhelm. He's already got the name. It takes more than a name, and he's proven himself to lead the armies and take away the conflict that has been...
He's our best hope.
I don't know if I agree about that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I'm sure you'll find a way to manipulate him anyways.
It's been a little bit trickier than I would have liked.
He's got values.
He's got those tricky.
Yes,
He's got
well.
those tricky rules behind him, and I think those rules are only going to get in the way of him being a good king. But push comes to shove, I still want my sister back, and I know that Zelvaka the Ancient also knows the magic that is powerful enough to do that. So if you tell me where Zelvaka is, I'll do what I need to do to learn the magic from him.
We're not...
Thing is we don't know how to find him.
We're also not here for that.
Make a
here.
deception check.
Oh no.
Both of him?
3.
Then what are you doing with a crystal ball?
Oh.
Ah! What, this?
Stop doing things!
Get it? This is mine. It's my drift globe. Abandoned ship! I think she's talking to us.
Listen, we may have talked to him, but we don't know where he is, and we're here to find Sebastian. And
He helped us.
I'm pretty sure you know where Zelvaka is.
I mean, truth be told, I actually don't know if I could find him.
yeah.
I've been pretty lost in here. Like, if you actually asked me to, like,
Give us more credit then. Let's do it.
I don't think I haven't actually been able to see in the dark.
I really don't want to do this the hard way, you two. It would be really better for our relationship if we just worked together and you help me get what I want. Because I really don't want to have to force you to do it. But I will if I have to.
I can run faster than you. Sorry, Pluto.
Well, you see, the thing about that is...
I only need to catch one of you.
Oh no, okay, sorry. I mean, I'm...
Sebastian, now! And then I run the other way.
Wait a second.
And I just start running.
Are you sure this is how you want to do this?
Oh, no.
If I'm going to do anything, it's going to be tired.
Alrighty, roll for initiative.
No.
I just start running away.
22. Wait,
Okay.
no, 21.
Pluto?
2.
Okay. Veo, you were the first to act. Are you gonna turn tail and run?
This was
Pluto,
my
you
fear
put
the
me
whole.
on the
This was my fear the whole time. I was like,
I
she's
know.
just gonna make us
She's
do
gonna
it.
catch you. No, Pluto. Pluto, we can't run from this.
He's gonna kill you if you go after him. He's gonna.
It's Veo's turn.
Okay.
I take a step towards them, and I say, "What can we offer?"
I know that Zelvaka would kill me before he would teach me that spell, but I don't have to learn it from him. He's probably got it written down in a book somewhere. And what kind of Queen of Thieves would I be if I couldn't steal a little book from an academy director? I just need a little bit of help. Come on. If you've already been on the inside, it'll be really easy.
So you want us to help you steal the book?
That contains the wish spell, so I can learn it and use it.
And all you're gonna do is bring Mouse back.
Tell you what,
She's a liar. She's not gonna.
if you help me, the first time I cast the wish spell, I'll do it for you. Whatever you want.
Okay. You only want the wish spell.
I want the book that contains the spell so I can learn it.
But how would we get it?
We'll work it out together.
I okay.
You have been in his sanctum, haven't you?
I have. And here's
Perfect.
And here's the thing.
Like the smile that comes out. I'm so glad we're being more honest with each other.
He let us do training. But he can.
Did he offer to teach you the spell?
If we do something.
What do you have to do?
We have to kill the Sorcerer King.
Wait, so that's true?
Yes!
Huh.
And the thing is I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But Sebastian seems to think he can do it. That's why he's off doing it.
Well, I mean,
Like if we got you the wish
I
spell,
used to share my homework with Sebastian all the time back in school, and so
it's only fair.
it's only fair.
Like if we
So
got,
you've already made a deal with him for it.
if we got you the wish spell, you could bring back Mouse, and we don't even need to steal. We don't even need to kill the Sorcerer King, right?
I think the reasoning is because we need to prove we're strong enough. That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
We can't even talk our way out of the Queen of Thieves. You think we deserve the wish spell, Pluto?
I don't know what.
If Zelvaka told you that he would teach you the wish spell if you could destroy a Sorcerer King that is buried here in the Dungeons of Nox, to me that is a very polite way of telling you to sod off and die. Wouldn't surprise me if Zelvaka just thought that would be the perfect way to get rid of the three of you.
Well, I'll be honest that I do feel a little bit underhanded because it's a lich talking to another lich, talking about stuff they're going to share, and we're like, I don't know, we're like the sides, we're like the appetizers.
Well, I was at least hoping that we could do something for my dad.
Well, yeah,
Get
but
something
like,
out of it. But she's the first one that's offered that
yeah,
to me.
and the thing is like, they in 1,000 years.
It breaks my heart to know what your father is suffering through. He's a good man, and he doesn't deserve that. Is that what you want? You want to free him?
Of course I want to free him, Cat.
If you help me with this, for your father, I will help him. I am so willing to help with that. And it'll be done.
But he's holding the city together.
You're right.
There's got to be something.
But with that kind of spell, we can figure it out.
Could we, like, would you be willing to compromise? And by placing Wilhelm on the throne, he can take control of the castle, and at the same time, you can remove...
I don't need to wait for Wilhelm to do that. We can make it... We'll make it happen. We'll get your father out of there.
Are you a lich?
No.
Okay. Okay, this is interesting. I just feel like I'm talking to gods and demons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like very refreshing to talk to mortals.
Exactly.
People that have stakes in this. People that have to live in these cities in our short time spans. I kill demons, and I kill gods, and I kill monsters. I hate working for them.
Maybe our deeds make us monsters, but we don't actually need to transform into one.
I did kill a lot of people. I killed a paladin. That haunts me.
So what do you say? Because otherwise, I would much rather work with you two willingly. It's a lot easier than having to order these 4 creatures to, well, because the hard way is not going to be nice. And I would really, really rather not do it.
Like, get it, like, making us do what you want to do?
I mean, it's also less likely to work. I feel like Zelvaka would be wiser to it. Because I could just mind control you and get the information out of you that way and see about sending you in, but I feel like Zelvaka would know something was up in that case.
Yeah, probably.
But if we were actually working together, it would make it a lot easier.
Okay, so I don't want to bring you two there, but what's the compromise?
Did Zelvaka tell you to get rid of me?
He doesn't. He's not worried about you. And I don't know if you got hurt by that statement, but he's probably not worried about me either. I don't think he worries about it a lot. But
he's probably worried because I bought these from Alabaster.
Well, and
Yeah.
truth be told, I don't think he knows that we're having this conversation.
No, he doesn't, because apparently he cast a lovely little spell on you. I love tricking a tricker. He thinks that I'm really here right now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not really here.
Oh, no.
Okay, we've given you some stuff. Can you got these off of Alabaster?
Yeah.
Because these were the same machines that attacked Wilhelm. Did you attack Wilhelm?
No. Alabaster sold these things to a lot of people.
Okay, so someone else. Do you kind of have an idea of who might have?
I have my theories, but it wasn't me.
So it wasn't you.
No.
So you don't want Wilhelm
Scout's
dead.
honor.
I appreciate that. But someone wanted Wilhelm dead.
Let me put it this way. For now, Wilhelm is a useful idiot.
No.
What does that make me? Because I feel really unuseful and so I just feel like an idiot.
So we're not going to do this the hard way. We're going to get out of initiative order. We're not going to fight.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to
think
fight, but I think there is something for all of us to gain from not going to the lair right now.
Yeah. I think, and I mean this in honestly, I don't know if we know how to get back until the spell wears off.
Yeah.
Because he just sort of like,
Always all look the same.
yeah, and he just makes things appear. So
Veo's been pretty good at
would
tracking.
Veo be able to find her way
Yeah,
back?
like I think
I pay attention too much
yeah.
to the details.
Veo could definitely get you back.
I couldn't.
Probably not. Although you did roll like 27 on perception. I feel like you got to give yourself more credit.
Like I could look at. It'd take me a while, but I could.
Yeah.
Get there. I just didn't imagine it as a door. I always imagined it as like a secret.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Like even if I knew where the entrance was, I don't know how to get in the entrance.
What
without
if?
help.
What if we could convince Selvaka to come to you?
I don't need to deal with Selvaka. I just want the book that has the wish spell in it.
Okay, well, you know more about spells than I do. What are we looking for?
Well, there's a few options. You could search around his lair for it, snoop around on your own. Or you could help me get in.
No. We can snoop.
We're
We're
worried,
good snoopers.
I am worried about finding it. I mean, we can look for it and we can try to get it, but like I feel like something like that is not going to be easy. It's not going to be accessible.
No, it's not, but you've got time, don't you? And we can be in touch with one another.
How?
We've got a few ways.
Do you have crystal ball?
Do you have like a passcode on your? Do you have like a secret key that I can enter to scry on you? Or
No, and I'm never giving you that. I'm very sorry.
No, that's fair. Even like a temporary one, like one that resets every 30 seconds.
No. But we can be in touch. But if you tell me where Zelvaka's lair is, then and if you can figure out where he keeps the spell book that has the wish spell in it, then we can make a plan. We'll steal the book, learn the spell, I'll cast it. It'll be way easier than risking your lives against a sorcerer king. And in the meantime, we'll see if we can't make Sebastian come around to the idea.
Before we give you the lair location, I want to find the spell book. And we'll figure out if it's something that we can take or if we need you to get it.
Sure. She gestures to one of the bodyguards. She says, "You're familiar with these." And they produce a pair of sending stones.
Oh, yeah.
You can contact me with
Yeah,
this.
you have it. So here's the play, is that he's watching your constructs. You probably want to go somewhere else.
Okay.
But she's not even here.
Or like, yeah, but you know.
Are you in the Dungeons of Nox?
Yeah, I am.
So like wander aimlessly. That's the only way this is going to work.
Sounds like a plan. We'll keep Zelvaka busy and nice and distracted. And then if I do that, the two of you can snoop around and find out where he keeps that spellbook. Once you know where he keeps it and what kind of defenses it's behind, tell me what I need to know, and we'll make a plan together for how to steal it.
Okay.
And as I said, once I learn the spell, the first wish is yours.
I could save your dad.
It's the only way to save my dad.
Yeah. If you see Sebastian, I don't know, do we tell him?
I think we need to have words with him.
Yeah.
If I see Sebastian, I'll see if I can't convince him to come around.
If we get the book, Sebastian could also learn it.
Mm-hmm. But then we're making an enemy. when I could turn us to dust instantly.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll say at least I have a fighting chance against these guys, but there's a sliver
Oh, no,
that we could get out of this.
That's the whole plan. Zelvaka's not going to know that we stole the book.
Oh.
Oh, we don't let him know?
This is why I don't come up with the plans.
we don't tell him we're stealing the book.
No.
Got it.
Is it just inherently magic users just have really good plans? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel really lost.
Mm-hmm. It's not just because I don't know which direction
turned
I'm
around and
facing.
it's darkened down here.
With a little bit of luck, we'll be able to learn the spell, figure things out, or at least get a copy of the book made before Zelvaka even knows we've taken it.
I don't know if it means much, but I'd like your word that Alabaster has nothing to do with this.
You can't trust any members of the Directorate, let alone Alabaster. The best thing about the Directors is that they don't trust each other at all. And it's a mistake to trust any of them. And that, the fact they don't trust each other, is the play. Alabaster is involved. Because, Alabaster maybe offered me a few ways of making sure that Zelvaka's not going to find out that I stole something from his vault. It's a key piece of the puzzle.
You've stolen already from Zelvaka?
No, but I needed to make some deals with Alabaster so that I could figure out what Academy directors typically do to keep their books safe. Now that I know what they do, I can figure out a way to distract them while I steal from their libraries.
And what are you giving him in return? Zelvaka on a silver platter?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just the location of Zelvaka's lair.
Literally what we were meant to stop.
Yeah, we really switched sides here.
Knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, Zelvaka was like very adamant that he didn't want anyone to know where he was.
Yeah, that's one of the most valuable things about this. And so, yes, Alabaster has given me the means to at least... What Alabaster doesn't know is that I'm after the wish spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we'll go our ways, we'll communicate.
Yeah, you gotta pretend like you just and don't backtrack. Just keep on going because he's watching you.
Oh yes, they're all watching.
Yeah, and so if you I was just thinking like, yeah, do like a little like wander, and inherently we won't tell you yet, but that might actually help.
But it's a piece of your play. I mean, you've successfully gotten everyone watching you here instead of what's happening in Toddsfeld. So well done.
Thank you.
From what I understand, my cousin is winning quite the victory right now.
You should check up on him.
Well, with the deal done, I think we should find out what Sebastian's doing. Sebastian, you leave the sanctum of Old Man Night and make for the dungeons of Nox, wandering the halls of shadow. And you oddly feel very safe here. As you wander the halls, once in a while you pass by undead creatures, shadows, other creatures of the night, things that normally would reach out to attack you. But instead, you walk past a room where several ghosts linger, and they regard you. And one of them just kind of like nods.
I nod back. Sebastian's so caught up in his own thoughts right now that he doesn't even really acknowledge that this is happening. He looks into the room, sees the ghost nod. He's too busy mumbling about Pluto and Veo and everything that they've been through and how angry he is and how upset he is that he just nods as almost an instinctual, and then he just keeps walking. It's only a little while later that he might realize that that was an odd thing to occur, but he's too wrapped up right now.
What's going through his head?
I mean, he's still deeply hurt. The person he thought was his best friend literally told him that the mortals needed to talk, which to him was a statement that meant that his friends don't see him as a friend anymore. They don't see him as a person that they want to communicate with, that they want to talk to, that he's thinking about his time in the Shadowlands and everything he went through and all the reasons he did the things that he did. And he thought he was coming back to help, only to have the two people that are closest to him, essentially his family, cast him out for being different and for being a problem, which I just gotta say brings up a whole lot of emotions for Sebastian through his whole life of being cast out and being separated as an other, constantly feeling like he's not good enough, like he's a problem, and that even the people he thought he was closest with just will toss him aside as soon as his otherness decides to present itself. So that's what he's thinking about as he's wandering, kicking rocks on the ground and muttering to himself about a lot of self-pity right now, a lot of regret and frustration and confusion. Confusion at he thought that these bonds could not be broken, that there was nothing that would come between him and Pluto and Veo, and here it is, and the thing that came between them is something that he cannot change anymore. It's a choice that he made, thinking it would... He saw it as a sacrifice to help them, and they saw it as a selfish act. And he's just confused.
As you wander the halls of Nox, roll me 2d6 and tell me which is each individual result.
A 2 and a 4.
Okay. You're traveling through an old set of rooms in Nox. And you come upon a chamber. Within this chamber is, within this large square chamber is, in the center, a large barred cage, within the which are the remains of creatures with an undescribable physiology. Perhaps the skeletons are some blend of humanoid and beast, some terrible experiment of the Sorcerer Kings at making an ideal soldier of some kind. And as you kick the rocks and the skulls and kind of do that thing where you let your hand clink along the bars, you come around the corner and Kat's there.
I feel like I almost don't believe it at first. It takes me a moment. I kind of just stare at her for a second. You're not here, are you?
She crosses her arms. She is currently garbed in her academy robes. She's not wearing her mask. She's wearing the purple academy robes. Although she's, it's more of like a coat and jacket. Not dissimilar to what River usually is garbed in. She has her rapier and a wand. And as you step around the room, you size her up, and it seems like she is alone. Looking around, give me a perception check.
Get a 10.
As far as you can tell, she's alone. Examining her quickly, she's not wearing her Queen of Thieves garb. She's looking like Cat.
How did you get here?
She crosses her arms. She says, well, I knew you were in town. And when I found out that you'd gone into Nox, I was waiting for an opening. Something happened, and it looked like I had my opening, so I took it.
What happened? Did you do something?
No, I didn't do something. The dungeons of Nox are known to be the lair of one of the Academy directors, Zelvaka the Ancient. And as you know, I've had it in my mind to have business with as many of the Academy directors as I can. Zelvaka is a little bit more reclusive than some of the others, and makes it difficult to get in, and it is very difficult to get into the dungeons of Nox unless you want to fight a horrible monster, as I'm sure you're aware. But the magic, there was a lull in the magic. I sensed it, and I used that opportunity to get in. I had to know what you and Veo and Pluto are down here for.
Honestly, Kat, I couldn't tell you. Things have changed down here, and I don't know why we're down here anymore. And frankly, you shouldn't be down here. It's dangerous.
I could say the same for you.
Things have changed for me too, Kat. Places like this don't seem as dangerous as they used to. But Sebastian is clearly trying not to, look at her. It's this impression that, it's upsetting, especially to see her as the kind and loving Kat that he knew years ago. So he's very clearly, looking at the ground. Kat, I know that you've been talking to the directors, and I've seen the outcome of those conversations, and I don't think you talking to Zelvaka is going to do anybody any good, if I'm being honest.
Maybe not. Have you found Zelvaka?
No.
Give me a deception check.
27.
She winces.
I assume we're after the same thing.
I think we've been after the same things for a very long time, Sebastian.
Maybe, but how we go about it is very different.
That's true. It is. And it's hard when you think that you're doing the right thing, and then people that you love look at you like a monster. It's hard, isn't it?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're speaking for yourself.
Yeah. What do you think that I've done is so wrong?
Your actions, Kat. You brought together the worst and most vile criminals in Westamar under a banner to claim a throne that goes against a treaty that I'm very aware is not in our favor. But the actions that you wish to take are going to start a war that, speaking for the nation of Westamar, we've seen enough war. My whole life, I've seen war.
And you don't think I know that? And you don't think that I think about that all the time.
So what are you doing? Your actions are going to cause an entire nation of people to want you dead. The way
And so why, if that's what's going to happen, I don't want that. Why would I want an entire nation of people to want me dead?
I don't know, but that's the path
Because
you're going
that's
on.
not what I'm doing.
You've been after the throne this whole time, Kat. You've been manipulating everybody, and that's the other thing. We used to be the same. We used to be something. And since the day, you know the day, you've never let me forget it. I never let myself forget it. And if the pain I have put myself through remembering what I did was not enough, you had to use it against me every chance you got. You have
Yeah, because
hurt
it was
me.
my fault too. And it was easier to blame you than accept my role in it. So let's fix it.
God, I've been waiting almost a decade to hear you say that.
Yeah. And
Do you
and now
know
are
what you
you-
did to me? Do you know how much you manipulated me? Do you know how much you hurt me?
Yeah, I do. Because I hated you for what you did. And I thought you deserved it.
Okay, that's fair. I hated myself for what I did. And maybe I thought I deserved it too. Which is why I couldn't hurt you.
I didn't want to kill you.
I didn't want to kill you.
You were just trying to impress me.
I thought I was on to
Such a fool. You're such a fool.
I thought if I could show you spells that were better than the ones you could cast, that you would like me more, and I found the spell.
That was never what made you charming. You have always been a bit of a hack of a mage, Sebastian. It was never how good you were at magic that made you impressive.
I'm aware of that, okay? I'm still a hack of a mage. I just do my best. But
If I thought you were impressive at magic, I wouldn't have let you copy my homework that many times.
I mean, it didn't get me very far.
No, it didn't. Like, how do you fail a test when you literally were looking over the shoulders of the top student in the class?
There's the whole, make it look like you didn't copy it, and I changed the wrong parts of it, because that's what I do. Oh man. But I was good at parts of it, okay? I'm
Yeah, you are.
and I'm better now.
Yeah, you are. You're really good.
Okay, they can teach all that stuff in a classroom, but practical
Yeah,
application is different, and
It
I have
is.
learned a lot.
you have.
And why are you here? Why are you here like this? Why are you...
You, Veo, and Pluto caused a real stir by coming down here.
Yeah,
And I knew that I had to know what you were doing down here and why.
you know what I'm doing down here.
What are you doing down here? Just tell me. If you tell me, I can help. Because if you're doing it because why I think you're doing it, then I'm gonna help you. Because I want that too.
I'm going to get Mouse back without inciting war, without making enemies, and without hurting anybody.
All right, then let's do it.
How?
You're the one with the plan.
Okay, well, in that case, I got a great plan, but there's a problem.
Okay, tell me.
Do you want the plan or the problem first?
Tell me the plan.
Plan. I have to kill an undead sorcerer king.
Why? That sounds insane.
Is it?
Why?
Because then I have proof that I am worthy of the wish spell.
Okay. That sounds unhinged. So tell me why you need to... What is killing a Sorcerer King going to give you? How is that going to teach you that spell?
I haven't found Zelvaka, but he has communicated with me.
Zelvaka's going to teach you the wish spell if you kill a Sorcerer King.
Yes. And listen, Kat. Despite all of the failures during school, you cannot tell me right now that I am not one of the most powerful sorcerers in this world. I know I am. I am not going to do it alone. And if 4 of us confront a Sorcerer King, then perhaps it won't be much of a problem. You're one of the most powerful mages in the world. We happen to have one of the most powerful fighters in the world, and the head of the Hooded Lanterns, one of the greatest archers I've ever met. The amount that we've accomplished. One Sorcerer King, an undead Sorcerer King? Come on. It can't be that hard, not with 4 of us.
If Zelvaka the Ancient told you to go to the tomb of the Sorcerer King and kill that Sorcerer King, and then he was going to teach you the wish spell, that to me sounds like he was just hoping for you to sawed off and die.
Or, Kat, maybe he saw potential in me. Maybe he saw what I'm capable of. Something that you have let me down on time and time again.
Sebastian, you don't need to prove yourself worthy of learning that spell. There's no need to prove yourself. You just, if you want it, take it. You don't need to defeat a Sorcerer King to learn the spell. Probably if you do, Zelvaka's not going to teach it to you anyways.
He promised. He seems like a nice guy.
What's a promise to anyone anymore? What's a promise to anyone on the Academy Directorate?
Listen, I will admit that I've only met 2 Academy Directors face to face. One of them was terrible. Zelvaka seems like he has... his views align. He's different. They're all different from each other, and they all hate each other. That much is obvious. If we can get even one Academy Director on our side, the balance against the others falls in our favor. The more Academy Directors that agree with the direction that I am going in.
What direction are you going in?
Again, I'm going to get Mouse back, but I'm going to do it without inciting war. Wilhelm, Rudy, and Raph have been trying to unite Westamar. The whole point of everything that we've always done is to try to help Drakkenheim. It's gotten bigger than that now. Wilhelm is going to go on the throne. With the group that we have here, Kat, he has a Prince of Caspia. He has 2 Academy mages. He has some of the greatest warriors. If you were on Wilhelm's side, he has the people around him. Listen, I know you love manipulating people, and I'm not saying that we should manipulate Wilhelm, but he's going to have a council, people who make decisions for this nation. It won't just be him. Kings don't operate by themselves. And the people he has actually has a good chance of bringing some good to a nation that's been pretty terrible for a long time.
All right, sure, you've convinced me.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you either. You know where Zelvaka is, don't you?
No.
All right, well, Sebastian, I think, Where are Pluto and Veo anyways?
That's the problem.
What are you doing out here alone?
Haven't I always been alone?
Depends on who you ask.
Feels that way.
You know, we've all got our priorities. I don't know why you care so much about who is in charge of Westamar. When all this time, all you've wanted to do is make up for what happened between you, me, and my sister.
I care because it's what my friends want. I care because even if I don't know where they are right now, and even if I kind of hate them and feel betrayed by them right now, I mean, hey, been there a few times. It doesn't change the fact that, yeah, it's obvious what I've always wanted, but I don't want to cause more problems getting what I want. I'm sick of my actions causing problems, and it
And
seems...
you were gonna bring them into a death trap against a sorcerer king so you could bring Mouse back? What if one of them died?
I wouldn't let it happen.
How do you know that?
I'm confident in us. We've accomplished...
Yeah, were you confident when you tried to cast that spell to impress me?
I was a kid.
All I'm saying, Sebastian, is that sometimes you take risks with things that matter to other people, and it hurts really bad. Sometimes you gamble a little bit too much with other people and their feelings and their emotions and their lives.
I told them that they didn't have to. I told them that it wasn't...
And you take that gamble so that you come out looking good in the end. If you want to get Mouse back, stop caring so much about how you look. Because I can tell you right now, I don't think Mouse is going to be very happy with either me or you when she comes back.
I don't need her to be happy with me.
Yeah,
And you're doing it again, Kat. You're manipulating me. They're their own people. They can make their own choices. And I try to back up their choices. That's why I care about more than just getting Mouse back. That's why I came back in the first place. That's why I went through the Shadowlands and learned what I could. You weren't there. You haven't died.
I mean, the number you did on them, those two, Sebastian, Veo, Pluto, those two care about you so much, and they just believe every single thing that you say. You think I manipulate you? The way that you manipulate the two of them is crazy.
Excuse me?
You have them wrapped around your finger. They'll do whatever you say.
Kat.
And obviously they stood up for themselves, and you didn't like that. That's why you're alone.
You know, it's become clear to me that you project your own insecurities onto other people. That's not how it is with the three of us. We're friends. Friends work together. Friends talk about their decisions. We make plans together.
Yeah, and I thought we were friends. I thought...
We were until you started betraying me and manipulating me and lying to me and using me.
And that's why I said, it's really hard when the people that you love think you've turned into some kind of monster when you're just trying to do the right thing.
What is it that you're trying to do that's right, Kat? This conversation started and you had me. But no, you've changed. You're a manipulative, evil person. And it becomes clearer and clearer every time that we have a conversation. And I'm not letting you manipulate me anymore.
All right, then don't. And you know what? Don't bother getting Mouse back. I'm gonna do it on my own. You're just gonna make it worse. So give it up. If you think you want to be alone, don't want to work with people, then fine. just go and let me handle this. Because at least I won't mess it up.
Okay.
That's where we'll end for the day. Well, with those two scenes in place, where will we leave things off next time? A big thank you. Welcome back, Jill and Joe and Kelly for playing.
Thank you.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for hanging out with me off camera and keeping me company. And a big thank you to Monty for running this. Very few dice rolled. There weren't no dice rolled, but this was a dramatic.
We veered away from the combat. I thought you guys.
I was just gonna run, but then I realized that I probably couldn't outrun.
Yeah. Kind of said that, and you were like, run! I was like, I guess
We're not gonna run, and then I
know.
like stop. Oh yeah, I guess we can't. Gotta talk it out.
Yep.
We could, but you would have been captured.
Oh, what a mess.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Veo and Pluto have a plan.
Do we?
Oh my god. Yeah, sure.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
It's actually foolproof.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yep. It's all coming together.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Can't wait.
In our games, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists, and they have graciously given us permission to use them in our tabletop games, and we encourage you to go out and support some of these amazing creators. Our wonderful terrain by Dwarven Forge, miniatures by WizKids and Hero Forge. We have amazing character artwork by Elizabeth Perot, and our music by Tabletop Audio.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store, where you can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes shirts, including Troll Killer. Check it out at bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
You can also get all of our amazing books in the world of Drakkenheim by heading over to Drakkenheim.com.
And you can also join our Patreon by following the links down below. We also have a Discord exclusive for our patrons, where you can come and chat with us about all things Drakkenheim and all things D&D.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time in Drakkenheim.